Western Nebraska Pioneers take on the 4-5 Nebraska Prosepcts in the first of a 4-game weekend set from Morgan Trail Park Stadium in Gearing, Nebraska. Good evening, everyone. Welcome into the Platte Valley Company's pregame show, live from the Logos broadcast booth. Jake Circus with you, voice of the Pios. Glad you are spending your Thursday night with us here on KNEB. The Pios bounced back on Monday with a 12-0 slashing of the Gem City Bison in a quick one-game series. The Pios out-hit them 13-2. Pios out-hit them 13-2 thanks to their lights-out pitching. Ryan Sleeman, Cam Cunnings, and Ryan Garvey all threw shutout innings to get the Pios back to over 4 games over 500. Thanks to a 1-1 start to the week from Hastings, the Pios control their own destiny as they sit atop the Nebraska Land Division with the Sodbusters with 1 game in hand. We'll talk about more about that as the broadcast goes on. Tonight, Griffin Allen, the big man from GCU, looks to jump out of the gates with a dominant outing to continue his hot start to the season. When we come back, we have the Scottsville Screen Printing pregame interview with Mikey Callio once again. We have the lineups, the first pitch, and Western Nebraska Pioneers baseball right here on KNEB. Home of the Western Nebraska Pioneers. We are about to kickstart a 4-game series here in Gering between the visiting Nebraska Prosepcts and the Western Nebraska Pioneers, live from Oregon Trail Park Stadium. On the mound for the Pios tonight, the big man Griffin Allen, 6'4", 250, out of Grand Canyon University. He redshirted in his freshman year and didn't throw much, so they sent him here, and he has done nothing but dazzle to a 1.97 ERA, a 2-1 record. That one loss was coming in a 3-inning performance against North Platte on opening day, and since then he's thrown 10 2/3, just 2 earned runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, and has struck out 8. This is the lineup that he'll face, brought together by Prosepcts manager Trevor Varley. It's going to be Tyler Monroe, the Prosepcts newcomer, playing second base, leading off. Matt Gatesman, Nolan Brown, 2 familiar faces at the 2 and 3 hole. Remember, the Prosepcts were here a couple weeks ago in the home opening series. Tristan Gomez at third. Colin Lynham, one of 2 Lynham twins that'll be in the lineup tonight. He's going to play right field. Joel Benish at first. Zachary Johnson, another familiar face. He'll DH at 7th. J.D. DePrima is going to catch at 8th. And then the other Lynham twin, Cade, is going to play left field and hit 9th. Allen has powerful stuff, a fastball that'll sit in the high 90s. In the high 80s. He can touch 90 if he really, really wants to. So leading off is going to be Tyler Monroe from the left side of the batter's box. Prosepcts 4 and 5, they play an all-road schedule. So they don't have many games as other teams do, but 4 and 5 for them, just under 500 for the Pios. 11 and 7, coming off of a 12-0 win on Monday night against Gem City right here in Oregon Trail. Allen's ready, Monroe is ready, righty to lefty. First pitch is sent in the air out of play, and we're underway in Gering. Pios and Prosepcts, first of 4. Monroe so far this season, just a couple of games for him. And Allen misses arm side and up. 1-1. Actually, this is Monroe's first game with the Prosepcts. There's a couple of familiar faces that really did damage in the 2-game series a couple of weeks ago. We'll talk about those guys when they come up. As Monroe fouls it off again the other way. 1-2. Allen with 3 fastballs to face the lefty Monroe. And one of the ways that Allen is so dominant is just because of how big he is, and just the fact that you don't want to be in the batter's box facing this guy. He's so intimidating. 1-2. High fly ball is going to be playable. Out there is Allman at third, and it'll go out of play. So with that, we'll give you who's in the field for the Pios. Left to right in the outfield, Jason Luke, Eric Smelko after the day off, and then Adam Enyart in right. Left to right in the infield, Bryce Allman at third, Jeremiah at short, Stevie Hom at second, Alex Zerfus at first. New catcher, Declan Weisner. We'll talk about him. He's going to catch Griff tonight. 1-2. Breaking ball misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Monroe. Now, we can go down this lineup, and Tony Garcia has said multiple times that this is probably the best lineup top to bottom in the league. 2-2. Checked foul, and most of that is because it's not because the players are just that much better, but pretty much everyone on this Prosepcts roster played this season. I mean, this is a league where a lot of guys who redshirted get playing time. So all these guys played their entire college seasons this season. 2-2 from Griff. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 1, blew it by him with the fastball and 1 out after a long at-bat from Monroe, but the big man from AZ wins the battle. So 1 quick out. Here in steps Matt Gatesman. .296 average in 7 games, but had 5 hits. 5 of his 8 hits this season came in just a 2-game series against the Pios on May 27th and May 28th. Obviously, we didn't see Griff that series. And it'll be righty to righty. Gatesman in center today. First pitch is a breaking ball, swing and a miss. A nice pitch from Griff. A sweeper at the leg. And the count will start 0-1 to Gatesman from Omaha, Nebraska, 5'10", 185. Breaking ball. There's another strike on the outside corner. So 2 sliders from Griff. He's ahead 0-2 to Gatesman. The umpires tonight, Ernie Luna behind the plate, Jamie Barthar in the field. Gatesman hit .468 with 15 home runs in 45 games at Southeast Community College this season. 0-2 from Griff. Is looped into left field. Coming in is Luke, and he makes the play. Griff went with a slider again, and he got Gatesman to lunge out there, out in front, and just flick it out to left field. Right there for Jason Luke. 2 quick outs for Griff here. As once again, it's been a theme for most of the starters to just look sharp really early on and try to give Tony as much length as possible. Here's Nolan Brown. And the first pitch is a strike on the inside corner with the fastball. Griff, for as powerful as his stuff is, doesn't really have walk problems. I mean, just 2 walks on the year in 13 2/3. He can really command the zone when he really wants to. There's a sweeping breaking ball that catches the zone. So Griff has thrown 4 breaking balls this inning. They've all been for strikes, and they've all been productive pitches. He works ahead 0-2 to Nolan Brown with 2 away and no one on the top of the first. And the pitch. Fastball outside and low, just misses in a good spot from Griffin Allen. One, two. High fly ball into left field. That's going to send Luke all the way back. He's at the wall. He looks up, and it is gone. A solo shot for Nolan Brown deep into left field. Just the 2nd home run hit at Oregon Trail this stadium in the 10th game, as he takes a hanging breaking ball from Griff and makes him pay for it. 1-0 Prosepcts. That's going to be the X factor tonight. Griff's not perfect. He's going to make his mistakes. It's a matter of fact if he can limit the damage, as he throws 1 too many breaking balls to a really good hitter in Brown, and a 2-out solo shot as he greets Tristan Gomez with a fastball that's sent out of play. And that was just launched in the air to deep left field off the scoreboard and left. And the Prosepcts strike first early on in the top of the first inning. 0-1. Changeup at the ankles misses. Just the 4th earned run Griff has allowed all year. 1-1. Tapper foul on the ground. And Griff working ahead once again. It's just so much more evaluating a pitcher's outing, especially at this age, than just earned runs. You can't look at it in a vacuum, and like Griff knows he missed his spot there, and he maybe threw 1 too many breaking balls, but he's going to have so many more opportunities to overcome that tonight. 1-2. High pop-up in the infield. Playable out there. Weisner will take off the mask. He'll give way to Ullman, who makes the play in foul territory. That'll end the inning. So Griff gives up a solo shot with 2 outs and 2 strikes to Nolan Brown, but nonetheless, nothing else. It's 1-0. Prosepcts lead. Pios coming to bat in the first. We'll be right back on KNEB. Back at Oregon Trail, it's just a solo shot for the Prosepcts. You know what they say, you're not going to win the game 1-0, and you're not going to lose the game 1-0, and if you do, you didn't deserve to win the game in the first place. So Griff works around the 2-out home run from Nolan Brown, and then this is the lineup Tony Garcia brings out tonight. Eric Smelko will lead off play center. Jace Jeremiah, fresh off a grand slam Monday night, will play short and hit second. Adam Enyart back in the lineup. Alex Zerfus will clean up. Declan Weisner hitting fifth. We'll talk about him. Bryce Ullman, PK Walsh, Stevie Hom, and then Jason Luke playing left and hitting ninth. They'll face Dane Toman, the sophomore from South Dakota State University, 18 innings this year, and a 5.5 ERA, or that was at the college level this year. And the first pitch to Smelko is a breaking ball that misses away. So Dane Toman, 2 starts for him this season. 5 ERA, 9 innings, 10 hits, 17 strikeouts. And the 1-0 to Smelko is on the inside corner. On June 8th, about 8 or 9 days ago versus the Bison in Laramie, Toman went 7 innings, gave up 5 earned, 8 hits, 5 walks, struck out 13. There's ball 2 outside. Toman faced 33 batters. And it'll be a 2-1 count to Smelko. Prosepcts lead 1-0 after the solo shot deep into left field from Nolan Brown. 2-1. Ball 3. Smelko a .319 average. 6 walks to 3 strikeouts. The average has been over 300 all season. Line drive right to the shortstop, Brown. So Brown hits the home run and then robs Eric Smelko of a base hit. Well, not really. It was right at him, but Smelko continues to barrel it up and hasn't really gotten results hitless since June 10th. Now 0 for his last 7.
Shortstop from Scarlet Junior College, number 10.
A man who's not 0 for his last 7. Here's Jace Jeremiah, league leader in RBIs, and he's going to score on a bunt, pulls back and takes a strike. We're to start with Jace. .344 average, 18 ribbies, 5 walks to 8 strikeouts. 22 hits, 21 runs. And there's strike 2, breaking ball that comes through the front door. Jace had a 6-game hitting streak that was snapped on June 11th. But has a hit in 10 of his last 11 games, and that clips the inside part of the jersey. So Jace leans in, gets plunked on an 0-2 mistake from Toman, and he'll gladly take that 90 feet. That'll bring in Adam Enyart. And this kid, and I say kid, literally 17 years old, just graduated high school about 2 or 3 weeks ago, headed to St. Mary's, the great Division I school in Northern California, in the fall. And he is expecting to have a really good season. As that one's in the dirt, gets away from DePrima. The throw down to second. It hits the umpire, Barthstar. Skips away. Monroe will field, throws to first. And not in time. Wow. Jace Jeremiah heads up base running. But I don't know if they're going to give him this base. Well, they are. So it was a ball in the dirt that skipped about 2 or 3 feet to the right of DePrima. Jeremiah had a nice secondary. Took second easily. The throw down to second hit the field umpire, Jamie Barthstar, and skipped towards second base. And Jeremiah, another great jump. So he's at third now. And a swing and a miss from Enyart, 1-1. Enyart technically leads the team in average, hitting .400, but it's only through 2 games. He's 2 for 5. And the count will be 2-1. Fastball misses outside. Enyart, a two-way player. Way too high. Gets away from DePrima. Coming home, Jeremiah. This game's tied. Jeremiah showing off the wheels. And just 4 pitches ago, he had Jeremiah at an 0-2 count. 4 pitches later, Jace Jeremiah ties the game without the ball being put in play. You don't see that every day, but Jace can do it all, and he comes around and ties this game. So no one on. Just one man out. The line out from Smelko, and Enyart has a 3-1 count. Toman showing some struggle with the command, and there's ball 4. So Jeremiah, a stolen base of second, and then an E2, and then a wild pitch. So he goes around the bases 3 different ways without the ball being put in play. 3 out of 4 pitches, Jeremiah advanced to base. And got a really good jump. Like, those weren't easy. The ball sounded like it skipped 20 feet away from the catcher. And it's way outside and low. Good snag from DePrima. And Dane Toman has completely lost the strike zone here early on in this game. It's a 1-1 ball game. Pio's no hits. Just a hit by pitch from Jace, and then the walk to Enyart. There's another low fastball, 2-0 to Zerfus. Zerfus a 321 batting average, 18 hits, 16 runs scored, 9 walks, 11 Ks. There's a strike. Looked like Toma took some off of that. Two balls and a strike. The pitch from Toman is outside. 3-1. So we had Jeremiah 0-2. He hit him on the third pitch. Then a first pitch strike to Enyart. He lost him 4 straight balls. Now he is looking like he might lose Zerfus. That one is grounded foul after Enyart took off. So hit and run try from Tony. It's 3-2. Enyart retreats back to first. 1-1. Score, 3-2 count with Enyart off first. Just getting started here at Oregon Trail. And that's ball 4. Fastball low and away. So that'll bring in Declan Weisner. And there's a lot of stuff that we can talk about with Declan. The school he goes to, he hit 321 with a 500 slugging at Walter State in 30 games. It's a community college, or sorry, it's a JUCO, it's a junior college. And 1-0 to him as here comes Trevor Varley to come talk to Toman. That brings us a perfect opportunity. Talk about the freshman from Castle Rock, Colorado, making his Pioneers debut. He just got into town a couple days ago. Had a fresh 2 days off. Walter State, unfortunately they lost in the JUCO World Series, but they were unbelievable all year long. The #1 junior college team all season. They went 60-7. They won 89% of their games. 23-3 in conference. They went 24-2 at home, 24-2 on the road, 12-3 in neutral site games. They hit 341 as a team. Their on-base percentage as a team was .451, and they slugged .604 and hit 124 home runs in 67 games. Declan was one of their platoon catchers. He hit mostly against lefties. And that one skips in front of the plate and past DePrima. That'll advance Enyart easily to third and Zerfus to second. And for as much as this Prosepcts team can hit, they have not gotten much length and much production from their pitching staff. And this one is cued out to right field and down for a base hit. It'll score Enyart. A bloop single the other way for Declan Weiser, and he is off and running in a Pios uniform. And the Pios lead 2-1 here in the first. So as I was saying, a 6.48 team ERA and a 1.79 whip for the Prosepcts this season in just 9 games. As Weisner, a inside-out swing, just lifting that one right over the glove of Benish at first. And the first pitch to Price Ullman is low for ball 1. So an RBI single for Weisner. Enyart scores. Zerfus to third. Runners at the corners. And 1 man out. So RBIs, or just an RBI for Weisner. There's obviously no RBI for Jeremiah run. Ullman, there's a strike. You gotta love the bloopers. It's been hurting the Pios for what seems like all season, or the last couple of weeks since this homestand started. And as ball 2 is upstairs to Ullman. Price 353 in 4 games, 6 hits. As an hit by a pitch, a team leading 3 times. And takes outside. He joined the team in Badlands, series that the Pios took 2 out of 3. But the Pios looking to play better at home. They're just playing 5-4 baseball at home this season as Allman swings and fouls it away. Running the count full. We'll see if Weisner takes off. Not sure of his wheels being a catcher. Jake Curtis is on the lineup card tonight. Had a small shoulder strain that he had to go to a doctor to check out as Allman swings and misses and comes up empty. At the breaking ball from Toman, the best pitch that Dane has thrown. And that's the second out of the inning. That'll bring up PK Walsh, who just has played 6 games this year. 6 hits, a double, and 4 runs batted in. One of the Jayhawks. Up and in, buzzing the tower. Cat will start 1-0.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Toman, with runners at the corners and 2 outs, he'll step off. Upstairs again. As Toman finally finds the zone. This has been a really long inning for him. Not what Varley wanted to see. 12 strikes, 13 strikes, 18 balls. Outside corner clips it and gets the call from Ernie Luna. So Walsh goes ahead 2-0 and then looks at 2 strikes. Is now behind 2-2. With 2 away and runners at the corners, and the Pios lead 2-1. The pitch is fouled away. Stevie Hom is on deck. Just 1 hit for the Pios this inning. That'll be in. That one is shot out to left center field. Just going to get down for a base hit. Weisner going first to third. The throw is not in time. Walsh to second. It's an RBI single for PK Walsh, and the Pios have a 3 spot here in the first. A beautiful 2-strike swing from PK Walsh. And he pokes it out to left center field, just down. Goes to second base on the throw. Zerfis comes around. So Weisner showing off the wheels a little bit, going first to third on a blooper to left center. It'll bring in Stevie Hom. A 3-1 game for the Pios. They have completely answered the bell. As Hom takes ball 1. Foul ball. I'm another guy who joined the team in this lineup. You know, we talk about the problems with the bullpen and there just not being enough arms, but 15 position players listed on the lineup card for Tony Garcia. He's like, I have attempts and no one got hurt. Pretty much, and this is a balk from Dane Toman. We saw this last week against Hastings, where Ignacio Reynoso was called for a balk because he stopped his windup. And this is going to be a balk from Dane Toman, scoring Declan Weisner. It's 4-1. And he has been discombobulated all inning. 1-1 to Stevie Hom, and he swings and misses 1-2. So basically, pitchers feel more comfortable going from the windup with runners on third and second, or bases loaded, because they can kind of calm down and not balk. But when you stop your windup midway through, I mean, obviously that's going to be called a balk. 1-2 to Hom. It's chopped up the middle, right to the shortstop, Brown, who fields, charges in, and makes the throw, leaving one man on third, with the Pios score 4 times after the home run from Nolan Brown in the top of the first. It's 4-1 Western Nebraska. When we come back, it's Pios baseball on KNEB. Top two, Pios lead 4-1. 4 runs against Dane Toman. He walked 2 and hit it better. So Griff, with some definite run support that he hasn't really gotten this year, he'll face Colin Lynham, one of 2 Lynham twins or brothers in this Prosepcts lineup. Righty to righty, first pitch is outside. So Griff last inning struck out Monroe, a line out from Gatesman, a home run from Brown, and then an infield pop-up ended the inning. 1-0. And in the dirt. A rare balk with no force. Because it's rare you really see a balk called from a pitcher in the windup. And the only time that a pitcher's in the windup, as that one's fouled away, is if there's runners on third and second, or with the bases loaded. Because there's no threat of a stolen base. And we've now seen it twice in the last week and a half. Only 2 balks we've seen in a Pios game this year. 2 balls, 1 strike from Griff, righty to righty. It's home, and it's chopped softly on the ground for Stevie Hom, who makes the easy pitch and catch over to first, and 1 away. Now, for as big as Griff is and as powerful as his stuff is, he likes to pitch to contact. He's not going to get the Ryan Sleeman strikeouts. But he for sure is going to induce soft contact, as we've seen now 3 times out of the 4 outs he's recorded. So score that one 4-3. And the first pitch to Joel Benish is away with the fastball. And Griff isn't phased by anything. It doesn't matter how many runners are on base. He's just going to go out there and chuck and do what he loves. This one's shot out to left field. Luke coming on the run, and he'll make the catch. First hard contact outside of the home run, and that one was hit right to Jason Luke, who got a bolstering jump out there in left field. And Jason Luke has played a really solid left field. Remember back in Dickinson, he made 2 unbelievable throws to save runs in one of the games. And pretty much overall, he's just been getting really good jumps, and as we haven't really had to call his name much, and that's good for an outfielder. Zach Johnson takes outside. Johnson, one of the big power hitters, hit over 400 with, I believe, 20 home runs in college this season. A .364 average for him on the season. Up the middle, hit hard. Jeremiah in the hole, over second base. And a long throw to first in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Griffin Allen. Pitching to contact. Pios still lead 4-1 in the middle of the second. We'll be right back. It's Pios Baseball on KNEB. Every Pio but one comes to the plate. In the first, it'll be Jason Luke leading off against, I believe that is still Dane Toman out there. We'll give it a check to make sure. It is. Back for inning number 2. Luke, Smelko, and Jace. 9-1-2. Lefty Luke coming in. And the first pitch from Toman is a swing and a miss. So Luke has been honest about his performance this season. I mean, he put up the numbers in 2020, so everyone knows what he can do in this league. Not the start he wanted, but since then, he's been putting some hard contact on the bat. This one is sliced the other way, slicing foul. As Luke had extra bases on his mind, he jumped out of the box, and he'll be down 0-2. And just a really rough start for him. He started the year with 10 strikeouts in the first 5 games. But has a hit in 3 of his last 4. And our wonderful PA announcer, Bill, is having a little trouble here. I think he thought... Oh, no, they're advertising Eric Smelko Day. We'll talk about that in a sec, as Luke takes outside. So Eric Smelko, who's on deck Tuesday against the Boulder team. It's a non-league match. It'll be Eric Smelko Day here in Gearing, where Smelko will play all 9 positions, which is going to be fantastic. 1-2. Outside, good take from Luke. And, you know, Luke was honest about his performance again. And he said he got some video since, you know, he started really slow. And that's been the reason for some of his better swings, is he's been really attacking right, you know, down the line and right. 2 strikes to Luke. Outside corner gets rung up just on the outside corner. Backwards K for Luke. He's down on strike. To open up the second. So this will be the man Eric Smelko, who lined out short in the first. And when I asked Eric today about, you know, what his thoughts about pitching, because he's going to catch right-handed. He's a switch. He does everything switch. So he's ambidextrous in everything, and he's in a... So when I asked Eric about his endeavors pitching, you know, he told me he threw a 30 or 40 innings in high school. Obviously, he does not pitch at Cal State Dominguez Hills. But he said he walked like 2 batters in 30 innings in high school ball, and he's like, I'm just going to see how far they can hit it off me. But one thing for sure is that strikes will be thrown, and nobody will get walked. So Eric Smelko is for sure that he will have elite command on Tuesday afternoon, as the 0-1 is late on it and shot foul. So get your tickets and come out to Eric Smelko Day on Tuesday afternoon, this Tuesday, a week from 2 days ago, against the Boulder Collegians. 0-2 misses upstairs. And he doesn't really want all that attention. He just wants to have fun with it and enjoy himself out there. But, you know, it's Smelko, so everyone's going to love it and advertise it. 2-2 now. And he understands that. I told him, you know everyone's gonna advertise it and like cheer you on. He's like, oh yeah, of course, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. 2-2 to Smelko. Foul tip in and out of the glove of DePrima. Smelko will get another shot at it, and a rare chase from Smelko, but he'll get another chance. It took Smelko the first 7 games for him to just strike out once. Upstairs, no offering. A good take from Eric. Smelko walked 5 times before he struck out. The first time this season. Is now 15 for 48. 3-2. It is low and a really nice at bat as Smelko works a walk with 1 away.
Now batting for your bio, shortstop from Skyline Junior College, number 10, Chase Jeremiah.
As Jeremiah takes a strike, who got hit by a pitch on an 0-2 count in the first, stole second, moved to third on an error, and then scored on a wild pitch. So he went around the bases very quickly in the first. Smelko was off first base, one away, and an 0-1 count to Jeremiah. The pitch from Toman skips away from DePrima. And a wild pitch again moves Smelko into scoring position. Smelko will say what's up to Brown and Monroe. Seems like he's buddy-buddy with everyone. Foul tip. That's Jeremiah down. Oh, it's 1-1 now. Smelko off second, a 4-1 game, and inside again to Jace. Same pitch that hit him. No command, really, for DePrima at all. This is sent over the screen, a breaking ball that looked like it was high in the zone that Jeremiah just pulled off of. So 27 strikes, 24 balls for Dane Tillman in just 1.1 innings. Fouled away, and this is a really good shot for the Pios to get deep into another team's bullpen. As they send Marcos Feria out of town. He did not complete the 5th inning. This is a great chance for them to go even deeper than that. It'll be 2-2 to Jeremiah. Smelko takes off, and it's fouled away. Jeremiah a bit late on it. Tillman showing some life with the fastball. This isn't exactly a minus fastball that the Pios are seeing. It just hasn't been thrown for a strike very often. We'll do it again. Deuces from Tillman. Foul ball again. Jeremiah staying alive. Another good at bat for him. Dimensions here at Oregon Trail. It is 320 down the lines, 362 in the gaps, and then 385 center field. Pios 5-4 at home this year. Just playing one game above 500, and they want to do better because they've been so good at home over the years, and it's been a weird occurrence. They've been playing so well on the road, 6-2 on the road. The Lynham twins, left and right. Gatesman in center. Gomez, Brown, Monroe, Benish in the infield, and then DePrima catching. Jeremiah shoots this one on the ground to second. Monroe fields on one hop. That'll move Smelko to third. And Jeremiah retires for the first time tonight. A ground ball to second in a 4-3 for out number 2. That'll bring in Enyart. Chance to drive in Smelko on third with 2 away.
University of Kansas, number 15, Adam Enyart.
And he takes ball inside. Broken bat. Slow roller to short. Brown field makes a nice throw that gets away from Benish. Enyart goes to second. Scoring is Jeremiah. It looked like a really nice athletic play from Brown. And the Sale just throw it. We'll see what they score it because, again, that infield grass is so thick. It makes any slow roller, especially one that breaks the bat. If it's a hit, it'll be an RBI for Enyart. Nonetheless, Smelko scores. It's 5-1 Pios. If it's an error, it'll be an unearned run and no RBI for Enyart. It is an E6. Here's Zerf with another chance. So with a two-base error, they're going to score it. That drives in Eric Smelko. With now Enyart on second, 0-1 count to Zerfis. Swing and a miss again. Back-to-back fastballs right by Zerfis. 5-1 game on just 3 hits for Western Nebraska. Another unearned run. 3 of the 5 have been unearned. And that buzzes the tower and hits Alex Zerfus as Tolman loses another hitter on an 0-2 count. Varley in the first base dugout is signaling to the bullpen to make sure someone is ready, so this might be Tolman's last hitter. Here's Declan. And he takes one in the dirt that skips past DePrima. Everyone advances 90 feet. And you're to third, Zerfus to second on the wild pitch again. Now this is what the Pios did the first couple of weeks of the season, and they really dialed it in terms of keeping the ball in the strike zone, or at least in the vicinity of where the catcher is, and avoiding wild pitches. And the catchers have done a really great job. Ground ball to short. Brown will field, and an easy throw to first retires Wisner to end the inning. Pios get one more on the unearned run, a walk, a wild pitch, and a 2-base error scores Eric Smelko. It is 5-1. At the end of 2 is Pios Baseball on KNEB. Griffin Allen retakes the mound. And he'll face 8-9-1 DePrima, Lynham, and Monroe. So Wisner grounds out to third to leave 2 runners in scoring position on base. So a single and a ground out for him, as he's a big frame there behind the plate and a big target for all these pitchers. And first pitch strike home to DePrima. And Declan caught Casey Candiotti, another new player, well, returning player, but got to town late, who is going to start tomorrow. And Tony and Trent Kiefer were really impressed with the way that Wisner just goes about himself behind the plate. There's strike 2, swinging with the fastball. DePrima empty on it. 0-2 count here, as Allen's fastball continues to look sharp. Slice the other way, down the line and left. Luke running in, and he makes the play a couple of steps in front of the track. So some good range from Jason Luke, and Griffin Allen continuing to pitch to contact. And quickly one away. And you can tell that's what he's doing. Because it's rare for a pitcher with, Griff's stuff to consistently go with 3 fastballs, but it's the pitch that he can throw for strikes the most. And he knows that his fastball is going to be better than their swing. There's a breaking ball that's in there for a strike. So, Griff knows that he can beat DePrima and he can beat Lynham, that he can just kind of throw whatever he wants. He doesn't need to strike him out. And that's kind of where the home run from Brown came from. He just hung one. This one is a grounder that gets away from Allman, who recovers, and the long throw to first, not in time. Ullman fielded on one hop, got a bad hop, and kind of skipped past him a little bit. Should be an error. As Lynham, the other Lynham twin, Cade, is aboard. That'll bring in Tyler Monroe. Yeah, as Griff snaps a breaking ball in there for strike one. So Cade aboard with one away. And a 0-1 count to Tyler Monroe, the leadoff man. Back to the top, here at the top of the third. And early on it, as he pulls it foul, 0-2. So an E5 for Price. Lynham's aboard. It'll be an 0-2 count as Griff working ahead once again. This is exactly what Tony wants to see from him. And Keefe and Mikey is length, command, and just discipline from Griff. Outside corner, good spot, just off. 1-2. First game for Monroe. Fouled away. Monroe, another guy from Southeast Community College. 379 average, 7 home runs, and 54 games played. 0-2 from Allen. Swing and a miss. He snapped a breaking ball from the sky. And strikeout number 2 for out number 2 in the top of the third. And that's what throwing strikes does, is if Griff is so good with the fastball, it really just keeps the hitters on their toes, and they don't really know when he's going to snap off that breaking ball, because when he does, he can certainly throw it for a strike. He can certainly make you chase. And Griff just doing it all here. Just the 1 home run, but thankfully the Pilots put up 5 runs to overmatch that, as they have a commanding lead early on in this game. 2 away, the first pitch to Gatesman. Here's a swing and a miss. He made him chase. Sweeping breaking ball away. Allen is charged out here. The ball's in a strike. There's a breaking ball on the inside corner. 0-2. Another guy ahead 0-2. The pitch. Fouled away. So Griff working towards the edges, the black, if you will. Definitely pitching east to west here. Oh, 2. And that pitch misses high. .30 strikes, 10 balls for Griff. A 1-2. Bat goes flying. The bat goes fair. Ball goes foul. And Gatesman will do it again. Pitch ran so far inside that Gatesman had no choice but to swing the bat out in the air, and it left his knuckles as the ball went foul and the bat went shallow third as Ullman picks it up. A couple days ago, a bat went flying from Gem City and went into the third base line reserve stands. In the last row, it went to. Over the netting. That's like 20 feet tall. 1-2 from Allen. Fly ball playable for Weiser, who comes running in and races up against the wall to make the athletic play. Declan Weiser flashes a leather, and Griffin Allen is cruising through 3. In the middle of the third, it's 5-1 Western Nebraska. We'll be right back. It's Pios Baseball on KNEB. New pitcher as the runs a pitching change. Trevor Varley will yank Dane Tillman after 2 innings. And bring in a southpaw from Creighton, Caleb Carpenter, who we've seen. We'll talk about that in a second. But he spends his time at the Division I Creighton University for the Blue Jays. Just 2 innings in 2 seasons. They both came his freshman year last year, 2021. And so far this year for Carpenter, 10.28 ERA in 7 innings. 3 of those came on May 28th in the comeback win right here in Gearing. He went 3 innings, started the game, 3 earned, 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, left with the loss, and then recorded the loss, gave up the walk-off run against Hastings on June 4th, and his last outing coming June 10th, 3 1/3, 5 runs, 4 hits, 7 walks, 4 strikeouts. They'll face Ullman, Walsh, and Hom, and Ullman fouls it off. So this is another guy that the Pios should be attacking, as they've haven't really needed to attack Tillman because he couldn't really find the strike zone. And Carpenter, 12 walks, 9 strikeouts on the year. A guy that they certainly can be patient with and kind of figure out, okay, when do we need to attack this guy? When can we just let him walk us? But the Pios certainly have been patient pretty much all year. They've taken their walks. Ullman chops it foul, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ullman down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. And we talk about the walks. Pios right now are middle in the league in walks. They're 8th least in walks per game as a pitching staff.
And walks the designated hitter from the University of Kansas, number 5, P.K. Walsh.
Walsh smacks it the other way on a line to right. Right there is Colin Lynham to retire P.K. Walsh. So Walsh with a smooth swing out to right field, but it hangs up there for Lynham. And quickly 2 away for the new pitcher, Caleb Carpenter. So Coleman's final line. 2 innings, 2 hits, 5 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. As Hom takes ball 1 upstairs. Breaking ball that runs inside and catches the zone. Oh, it's a 1-1. One to Hom, who taps it foul. Stevie has a really nice slash line at Ohlone College. Over 300 average, over 400 OBP, and slugged over 500. And if you don't know what a slash is, what triple slash is, it's really good when the first number starts with a 3, the second number starts with a 2, or second with a 4, and then the third number starts with a 5. Line drive into left center field. It's going to be a base hit for Stevie Hom, as he barrels the 1-2 changeup from Carpenter and just plunks it out there in shallow left center. And a 2-out hit for Hom. He's aboard. Just the 2nd hit of the year for Hom. The first one did some damage. It was a 2 RBI single to kind of break the game open in the early innings on Monday against Gem City. Here's Luke, who struck out looking in the 2nd. Tough matchup for him, lefty to lefty. We'll see if he can turn on one and potentially score Hom. As he does turn on one, shoots it, ground ball to Benish, who fields on a tough hop, skips it into the air, and recovers and taps first base to end the inning. A hard ground ball out off the bat of Jason Luke ends the inning and leaves Hom at first. 4 batters come to the plate. No runs on 1 hit, and a man left on. It's 5-1 Western Nebraska after 3 here at Oregon Trail Park Stadium. We'll be right back. It's Pios Baseball on KNEB. Allen for round 4. Top 4, just the solo home run, the only base runner he's allowed. There was another base runner that was an E5, doesn't obviously go up to Griffin Allen's line. So he'll face Brown, Gomez, and Lynham. Here's the guy with the home run in the first on a 1-2 count. First pitch to Nolan Brown is just outside. Inning is underway. It's a 5-1 Pios lead. 4 in the first, 1 in the second, to all in answer of the solo shot from Brown in the first. Foul ball late on the fastball. Allen working the corners, pitching east to west. West to east, whatever you want. Both ways. 1-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. So Allen pitching traditionally here. 2 fastballs and a breaking ball. And he can come with anything he wants on 1-2 now. We'll see what he comes with. It's a 1-2 pitch to Nolan Brown. And he sweeps the breaking ball that misses way outside. Now, he definitely just tried to not hang that because that was the exact situation in the first inning. He kind of had Brown on his heels and then just left the breaking ball middle that Brown pulled over the left field wall. So 2-2. Weiser setting up inside. The pitch is sent in the air down the right field line. Playable for Zerfus in foul territory, who has a little trouble with the sun and makes the play. So Allen wins the battle with Nolan Brown there and 1 away in the fourth. A fly out to Zerfus, the first baseman. Pios still leading 5-1. Trying to start another winning streak. And jump out of the gates here. So 9 games left to play in the first half. Pios are tied with Hastings for first place in the Nebraska Land Division. First pitch to Gomez is inside. Now last year, the Pios went I believe 23-9 to win the first half, which was an unbelievable record. They only won it by 1 game. High fly ball, slicing to left center field. Jeremiah's out there, but easy play for Jason Luke. 2 away. So I was talking to Tony about it, and he said that we have to go 8-1 the last 9 games just to match the first half last year. That's how good the team last year was. I mean, Tony thinks this team can be even better. But Hastings 10-6, Western Nebraska 11-7. So we have 2 games in hand. 1-0 to Lynham, and that's a hockey term. It means we played 2 more games, which means if we finish tied, Hastings has to go 2-0 in their final 2 games. Ground ball down the third base line. Allman stabs at it, fields across the diamond in time. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Griffin Allen. He's cruising along against the Prosepcts. It's 5-1, middle of the fourth. We'll be right back. It's Pios Baseball on KNEB. 5-1 ball game here. Bottom 4, top of the lineup will face Caleb Carpenter. And Smelko will go from the left side to the right side. And he's greeted with a strike from Carpenter, who struck out Ullman, induced a line out to Walsh, allowed a single to Hom, and then a ground out to Luke in the third. 1-1 to Smelko. Pitch misses upstairs. So a little standings update. This is a really tight race in the Nebraska Land Division. That's kind of what we care about, obviously. Miss outside. So Hastings and the Pios, 10-6, 11-7 respectfully. That's tied. And the Hastings Sawbusters have 2 extra games to play over the course of the next 2 weeks or so. North Platte trickling there, behind by a half a game. Line drive softly into center field. Gatesman comes in. It's going to drop at his feet for a base hit. Wow. The way that Gatesman was running in looked like he had an easy play on it, but he kind of was jogging and lollygagging and just apparently had no play. It fell right in front of him and Monroe, a leadoff single for Smelko, and as the batted ball luck starting to turn around for Eric. Fremont, a game behind, at 8-6, so they have a ton of games left to make up. First pitch to Jeremiah. It is a swing and a miss. Carpenter was ranked the top southpaw in Nebraska by both Perfect Game and PBR. The number 8 overall player by Perfect Game in the state of Nebraska. Fouled away. This was summer of 2020 when he graduated. Lettered in basketball, track and field, and football. On top of baseball. Interesting. It's 4 sports in 3 seasons. Football's a fall sport. Basketball's a spring. And apparently he ran track and played baseball in the spring. Basketball's winter, my mistake. Misses outside, so he played football in the fall, basketball in the winter, and then ran track and played baseball in the spring. We have 1-2 to Jeremiah. He got some nice bite on that slider, too. That runs into righties. 2 strikes. Here's a fastball. Low in the dirt, 2-2. So we will keep you updated on the standings because only 9 games left in the first half. North Platte and Hastings both have the night off tonight. Hastings lost Tuesday and won yesterday. Jeremiah shoots this one foul. It'll remain 2-2. But tomorrow, Hastings plays against North Platte. They have 2 games tomorrow. And then North Platte goes to Badlands. So a huge doubleheader for the standings. 2-2. Popped up. Playable for DePrima. And he makes the catch. And behind home plate. As Jeremiah's really frustrated with himself there. So a doubleheader tomorrow. Hastings and North Platte. Hastings is tied with the Pios for first. North Platte just a half a game behind. So that's where the controlling your own destiny comes in. Because North Platte can win both those games. But if the Pios win tonight and tomorrow, they would have 2 games on Hastings. And then still a half on North Platte. Foul ball off the bat of Enyart. So maybe we want them to split. Because then if we win today and tomorrow and Hastings and North Platte were to split, we'd have 1.5 on North Platte and 1 game on Hastings. 0-1 count to Enyart, who walked and reached via an error tonight. Is 0 for 1. Inside, skips away. Smelko to second. Easy advancement for him. It's a 1-1 count and some good base running from Smelko. Should be a pass ball, maybe? As that pitch really didn't get too far from DePrima. It's a really good jump off first for Smelko. One and one. Rounded to short for Brown. Long throw and a nice pick from Benish at first. Hold Smelko to second. Enyart retired. Two away with Smelko still in scoring position after the leadoff single. They gave Smelko a stolen base. I mean, he deserved it. A great base run. Zerfa walking a hit by a pitch tonight. He's reached twice, 0 for 0, and a run scored. Monroe attending to Smelko at second, vacated right side. There's a strike. Interested to see who Tony leaned towards out of the pen first. Charlie Deeds has moved from starting rotation to bullpen. That's just extending his time here. This one's shot up the middle into center field, but it's going to hang up there for Gatesman. As that'll do it in the fourth. Piles leave a runner on second to end it. It's 5-1 after 4 when we come back. It's Piles Baseball on KNEB. Griff looking to move it along here in the top of the fifth. So far, 4 innings. 1 hit. Just a solo shot in the first off of Nolan Brown. He'll face 6, 7, 8. Benish, Johnson, DePrima. 2 strikeouts for Griffin. Both of them against Tyler Monroe, the leadoff man. And he has certainly just pounded the strike zone. Working east to west with the fastball, the slider, the changeup. Fastball, slider especially. And he starts him off with a fastball on the outside corner that's tapped foul. Probably the best Griff has looked. That's hard though, because he's looked really, really good all season, and this is exactly what Tony wants to see. It's exactly what his coaches at GCU want to see, especially tonight with the way the slider's been working. And there's another strike. Clips the top of the zone. So another 0-2 count, way ahead. And a pitch. Blew it by him, strike 3. Number 3 for the night for Allen. And quickly 1 away here in the 5th. Fans are loving what they're seeing from Griffin Allen. It's been consistent, that 1-2 punch from Sleeman to Allen. Obviously Sleeman not here, but this is the game after Ryan Sleeman threw 6 scoreless. And it's just Allen's turn next. A breaking ball in the zone. That pitch has just been beautiful from Allen tonight. 0-1 to Zach Johnson. Fastball outside corner, clips it. 0-2 again. There's the 0-2. He tries a breaking ball outside, a nice pitch. Now this is Johnson, who in 25 games drove in 25 runs, hit 371, and scored 27 runs. So he can hit. 1-2. Just outside. Another great, and this is all Griffin Allen has been missing. It's just been on the corners. He's been, that's just where he's been working. 41 strikes, 14 balls for Griff. 2-2. Jams him and he pops it up out of play. It's 2-2. Foul into the third base dugout. Hit the third. Ullman on a hop. Over to first. Got him. So a long battle. 2 away now. First pitch inside to J.D. DePrima. 2 away, no one on. And a work behind 2-0 to DePrima. Pio's in there. Blue and red KU unis. And Prosepcts in the red road unis with gray lettering. 2-0 from Allen with 2 away. 3-0. And he walked him. I guess he didn't. I had 3-0. Scoreboard had 3-0. That pitch missed outside, so now it is 3-0 to DePrima with 2 away. First time Allen's really been behind all night. There's a strike. Check, swing called, strike 3. So I guess one of them was called a strike. Griffin Allen dazzling through 5. It's 5-1 Pios. We're halfway home in Gearing, and we'll be right back on KNEB. Bottom 5, it's Wisner, Allman, and Walsh. Still in the game is Caleb Carpenter. And first pitch is upstairs. Wisner tonight, a single, an RBI single, and a ground out. Just got in a couple days ago. This is his first game. He's getting situated. And Tony has called him upon to catch Griffin Allen tonight. And so far, they've looked very, very good. Now, I don't know if that's why, Griff has thrown a lot more sliders. Maybe that's just because it's been so good tonight, but also maybe Declan wants him to throw it more. That one is a high drive out to left, and goodbye. Declan Wisner making his presence felt and belts one deep in the left field. Touch them all, Declan Wisner. 6-1 Pios. And he'll take the long trot around the bases. A deep fly ball into the night. And a feel-good swing for the brand new Pioneer. Wow. That went over the flagpole out there and left. I mean, that had to have been at least 380, 390 feet. That was destroyed. A leadoff home run for Wisner. Wow. And all Lynham can do was just stare at it and watch how far it goes. As Allman fouls one off, 1-1. And Wisner takes a hanging breaking ball and doesn't want to give it back. Grounded foul. Now, Tony knows, he knew what he was getting in Wisner. He was really excited when he signed him. This is, it's a kid who plays at such a high level for such a high level program. But yet he still is acknowledgeable to the other catchers on the team. And he's going to play Curdy. He's going to play Holling. They're going to rotate. But Wisner will do a lot of the catching. But it's good to have 3 catchers. Fastball runs inside 2-2, but that is something that they have not gotten out of the catching department this season is the power. Curdy has had a couple of nice knocks. Holling for sure, top 15 in the league in runs batted in. But the pure power from the catching position has just not been there. 3-2 to Allman, and Wisner just coming in day one and smoking one. Longest ball hit for the Pios this season for sure. Full house to Allman. Upstairs, ball 4. And a good start to the inning. And just a ball that was destroyed.
Now batting the designated hitter for the University of Kansas, number 5.
There is an Aaron Judge jersey here in Gearing. Love it. First pitch to PK. It is lined the other way, foul. Aaron Judge, 25 bombs on the year. Through 63 games. It's not too bad. I've heard. Surely on his way to a first career MVP. 0-1 to Walsh. It's a breaking ball inside. And Wisner's home run looked like one of those Aaron Judge home runs that we see all the time in the Bronx. Just launched high in the air. 1-1 to PK. With Allman off first. Way too outside and up. (6-1) Pios. They've scored 4 in the first and then 1 in the second and here in the 5th so far. Wisner just 1 home run in the college season. High fly ball out of play. That'll leave us up at 2-2. 2 home runs on the year. Sorry, my mistake. 2 home runs for Wisner. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Stolen base for Ullman as PK is down on strikes. Carpenter snapped a breaking ball off and a really nice pitch there.
Second baseman from Maloney Junior College, number 3, Stevie Hall.
Hom takes a breaking ball through the back door, 0-1. I mean, Carpenter just floating that in there. That's kind of what he did to Wisner, but it was a 2-0 count. And Wisner said, nah, you can't really do that to me. But a nice first pitch to Hom, getting ahead, 0-1. Tries it again, it misses outside. And this is just the depth. You know, adding Enyart, adding Wisner, Ullman coming in. Hom, all these guys. And it makes for a really crowded room because the Pios just jumped out of the gates hitting the ball. And they added all these pieces. Outside. You know, Tommy Eisenstadt. Isaac Lopez not even in the lineup. Check swing, yes he did. Jackson Walsh, who's shown off some power and a power speed combo. Nenez, who's top 3 on the team batting average. His team is just down the line so deep they'd go beyond 1 through 9. I mean, it's unbelievable. 2-2. Popped up out of play down the first base side. And can go on forever about this lineup. You know, Pios got production from just really a couple of players last year in Cade McGee and Smelko and Zerf. And obviously Smelko and Zerf having 2 good seasons again. But this is a different team than last year. And last year they had a lot of success. I mean, they had the pitcher of the year in the league, Carson Ohl. Now, Ryan Sleeman would have been up for that award, but he's only going to throw 27 innings on the season. So they don't really have that. But I don't know, Griffin Allen has dazzled so far against a really good lineup. And it runs inside, 3-2 to Hom. So there's a lot of ways that this Pios team can beat you. I mean, we've seen the bad with them for sure. It's the bad at-bats, the bad body language, and sometimes the inability to find the strike zone. But when they're at their best, you know, with guys like Griff on the mound, with Adrian Short throwing pretty well, and then, you know, Casey Candiati, you add him to the picture. And obviously Sleeman leaves a big hole. He's moving to the rotation. So it's going to be a lot of, you know, bullpen games. But if they hit like this, they're really hard to beat. You know, Johnny Holstaff games, I should say. 3-2 count to Hom with Ullman still on second and 1 away in a 6-1 ball game. Carpenter deals. It's outside and ball 4. A really nice at-bat for Stevie Hom. He works a long walk. Fist bump from Mikey at first. Here are the available arms tonight. Ryan Garvey, Deeds, Narker, Bruxford, Tatano, Reynoso, Suda. No Jerson, no Panduro. They're in health and safety protocols. 2 runners on, 1 away. It's lefty to lefty with Jason Luke. Chance for some RBIs for him. As he sends one in the air to left center field. Going back is Lynham at the track and makes the play. Wow, that carried out there. Tagging from second to third is Ullman. Back to first is Hom. Luke has been flirting with a couple of home runs. He's so close. He can feel it. as he slapped it the other way, high in the air.
Back to the top
2 away.
for your Pios, the center fielder from CSU Dominguez Hills, number 7, Aaron.
Here's Smelko with a couple of runners out there for him. And he gets popped up and jammed to the right of second base. Monroe makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out for Smelko. That'll end the inning. But a huge blast off the bat of Declan Weiser, the brand new Pio. He porches one deep into left field. And it's 6-1 at the end of 5. We'll be right back. It's Pio's Baseball on KNEB. This is the deepest we've seen Griff go, and for good reason. An unbelievable outing so far, and he's looking for more. Griffin Allen just a 1 run allowed off a solo shot. That was the only hit. He has pitched into the 6th inning, but he has yet to finish it. He threw it into the 6th inning last outing against the Badlands Big Six. And he greets Cade Lynham with a strike on the outside corner. So Griff has been taken out a couple of times because of the home run ball. He threw 5 scoreless against Casper, and then the 2 games that sandwiched in between that, he was chased because of allowing a home run. So as long as that doesn't happen, Griff might go maybe into 7th. We'll see. Again, no Panduro, no Morales. That's the 1 and 2 guys out of the pen. And he's behind 2 and 1. Two-1 to Lynham, who reached via an error. Just 1 AB for him. 1 plate appearance, I should say. And he's ahead 3-1. Changeup misses at the feet. You're just joining us. It's 6-1 Western Nebraska. They've scored 6 unanswered after the top of the first blast by Nolan Brown. Foul tip, 3-2. And the latest of that scoring was the longest ball hit by a Pioneer this season. A monster towering home run from Declan Weiser into left field. The brand new Pio. 3-2. Struck him out on the corner. A backwards K. Back to back for Griff. He has struck out 3 of the last 4. And this is what we haven't seen from Griffin Allen is, we could talk about the stuff all we want, but he's getting better as this game has gone on. 1-2-3 in the 4th. 1-2-3 in the 5th. A backwards K to start the 6th. Should have been 1-2-3 in the 3rd, but the E5, he went 1-2-3 in the 2nd. He's just allowed 1 base runner. That was the home run. There's a strike to Monroe, and this is what Tony wants to see. This team just lost their ace. I mean, that can't go unnoticed. Fastball misses outside. I mean, you lose a guy who has thrown 27 innings, has struck out over 40, and has allowed less than 4 earned runs. I mean, that guy's gone. And that's now a hole in the team that needs to be filled. On the corner, just misses 2-1, and Griffin Allen has been inserted into that role unconventionally, but they're going to need length and production and efficiency from him, and they've got it all tonight. Foul ball off the screen, 2-2, and another 2-strike count for Allen. 53 strikes, 24 pitches. ERA now at 1.69 on the season. And 5 strikeouts. 2-2. Upstairs. Full counts of Tyler Monroe, who struck him out twice today. Full house from Griffin Allen. The pitch home. Upstairs, he let him go and walked him. So Allen loses Tyler Monroe, and it's a one-out walk.
Next batter for the Prosepcts, center fielder from Omaha, Nebraska, number 11, Gatesman.
First pitch to Gatesman. Well, Gatesman steps in and is greeted with a fastball that he cuts on and misses. 0-1. 2 flyouts for Gatesman this evening. Gatesman coming into this one on a 2-game hitting streak, 2 hits and has 7 runs batted in his last 2 games. He hit a grand slam in the last game against the Spearfish Sasquatch and fouls this one off. Oh, 2. Pulled foul way out in front. Gatesman just was lucky to put a bat on that. Just the second base runner issued against Griff tonight. The home run and now a 1-out walk. 0-2. Check, swing, and a miss. Well, I guess that'll go as a backwards K. He didn't go around, but the slider breaks away from Gatesman and clips the corner, a backwards K. Number 6 for Griffin Allen. Here is Nolan Brown. The only thorn in the side of Griff tonight. The big bomb in the first. That's all the Prosepcts have to show for themselves. As he sends one in the air to left center field, it takes Luke back, and it'll die out there. Easy play for Jason Luke. Griff works around a walk and is through 6. It's 6-1 Western Nebraska after 5.5. We'll be right back. On the West Coast scoreboard, it's 6-1 Pios. It'll be Jeremiah, Enyart, and Zerfus leading off. Still in the game is Caleb Carpenter. 6-1 Western Nebraska. They just have 5 hits. But the Prosepcts have been kicking it around a little bit. Ground ball foul down the line. Ground ball to the left side. Gomez fields on the forehand in the hole. Throw to first is bounced and gets past Benish. Backing up was DePrima, who guns Jeremiah out at second. And Tony's like, well, that was interference at first. So Jeremiah grounded it in the hole. Gomez field bounced the throw to first that got by Benish. But DePrima, a really nice backup. But Jeremiah and Benish collided as Jeremiah was going to second. And Tony's like, that's interference. It should be a free base. As Benish definitely impeded the base paths in the attempt to go to second from Jeremiah. So the umpires are convening or conversing. Barstar and Luna, we'll see what they say. I mean, Luna probably had a good look at that. And they're going to call him out, and Tony's like, well, what the heck, man? So in E5, Jeremiah reaches first, and then 2-6 for out number 1. Tony's still giving Ernie Luna an earful. So Enyart comes in.
The right fielder from the University of Kansas, number 15, Adam Enyart.
Lefty to righty, first pitch to Enyart is upstairs. Enyart, a walk, reach for an air and ground it out. And he pops this one up over the press box, out of play. Should be, last time the Pios and Prosepcts played, Prosepcts had the Pios had a 6-0 lead and they blew it. They lost 11-6. They gave up 11 unanswered runs in the final couple of innings, 2-1 to Enyart. Tony's still talking in the dugout about that call. It's a tough one because, Benish is going for the ball, but he technically was in the path. He was in the base paths. On the ground to short for Brown, who fields and makes the throw with some mustard on it. 6-3 for out number 2. Enyart was out in front off the end of the bat. Here's Zerf, a walk, a hit by a pitch, and a laser rope to center. 0 for 1 on the night for him with a run scored. Weisner is on deck. Line drive, center field, right at Gatesman, and he retires it. Back-to-back lineouts for Zerfus to center field. Pios go down. They face the minimum in the bottom of the 6th. At the end of 6 on the West Coast scoreboard, it's 6-1. Pios lead. So Griffin Allen in uncharted waters right here, and I believe this is the only time we've seen a Pioneers a starting pitcher pitch into the 7th. I know Sleeman threw 6 a couple of times, but never went out for the 7th. And that would be the only guy to do it. So Griffin Allen going as deep as he can. He'll face 4, 5, and 6. Gomez, Lynham, and Benish here in the top of the 7th. 6-1 Pioneers lead. It's been an all-around battle. 6 unanswered, 4 in the first, another in the second, and then 1 in the 5th off the bat of Weisner. A bomb. First pitch to Gomez. Is pulled home run distance, but way foul. Gomez now 4 for 12 on the season with 2 home runs and 7 runs batted in. That was Allen's 60th strike. He's thrown 86 pitches. And just misses on the outside corner. Fastball still looks pretty live for Griff. There'll be a 1-1 pitch to Tristan Gomez, righty to lefty. Here it comes. There's a strike. Clips the lower half of the zone. Ahead again. Allen. It's been a common occurrence. 1-2. Broken bat flare into right field on the run is Hum, and he tracks back and makes the catch. So hung out there just enough for Stevie Hum to range out there and make the play. An F4 for out number 1. Loud crack of the bat. Not sure if it completely broke it, but maybe cracked it for sure.
Next batter, right fielder from Springfield, Nebraska, number 17, Colin Lynham.
First pitch to Colin Lynham, who's 0 for 2. There's a ground ball left side for Jeremiah. Tough play from the backhand. He has no play. Infield single. It got past Allman and just picked a perfect spot to bounce. Probably a wise decision for Jeremiah. I mean, at this point in the game, you really want to limit the runners in scoring position. So runner on first with 1 away. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst at 632-7561. Together, we'll go far. There's a strike to Joel Benish. With Lynham on first after the infield single. Swing and a miss. Superb length from Allen tonight. 6.1 innings pitched is the most for a Pios pitcher this season. He's looking for more. ERA down to 1.42 on the year. 0-2. Hits the knuckles of Benish. That'll bring out Garcia. Most likely to end the night, I would assume. And a tough one for Griff as he was in the driver's seat for a 7th strikeout and ends up plunking Benish on a fastball that got away. Tony will signal for a righty, and everyone out of the dugout to give the huge round of applause for Griffin Allen. He goes 6 1/3, throws 64 strikes to 27 balls. Runs a pitching change. We'll tell you who it is when we come back. It's time to stretch at 6-4 Pios in the middle of the 7th. We'll be right back. It's Pios Baseball on KNEB. So a loud top 7 for the Prosepcts. They score 3 more and cut the lead to 2. That'll bring in a new pitcher. So Carpenter's night is done. He just allows the 1 home run to Wisner. So good length out of the bullpen. Let's find who this pitcher is. So he will face Wisner first. It's going to be Joshua Kilzer. Carpenter goes 4 innings. 3 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts.
Let's go. What we got? Run back here.
So Wisner steps in after the big bomb. He also has an RBI single. To score holds, we'll talk to the big catcher in his debut. And he takes strike 1. Kilzer a live fastball, big arm. A little different from Carpenter, so interesting strategy going from Tolman, who has a live fastball, but couldn't find the strike zone today, to Carpenter, who threw nothing but strikes, to now Kilzer. So there's a swing and a miss. Big breaking ball. Kilzer in just 4 1/3, 6.23 ERA, gave up 3 earned runs, the only 3 earned runs he gave up on the season against the Pioneers. And the 11-6 win, that comeback victory. 0-2 to Declan. Called strike 3. He knew it. A knee buckler. A nice pitch from Kilzer. Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Next is that third baseman from Monroe Roberts University, number 14, Bryce Ullman.
Ullman check swing, a sword from Kilzer. He's come in and thrown 4 straight strikes. Another breaking ball. That one misses. Just 3 hits for the Prosepcts. They have 4 runs. A solo shot from Nolan Brown. And then in the middle of that, no hits in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th. Allen gets away, 2-1 to Ullman. In the 7th, Allen started it, faced 3 batters, 1 pop-up to start it off, and then a single from Colin Lyman, and then a hit by pitch on an 0-2 count. And that's the pitch that Griff is going to be like, man, I wish I got that one back. That one forced him out of the game. And then Manny came in and gave up all 3 of those runs with a home run. Up the middle and caught by Joshua Kilzer, robbing Bryce Ullman of a single. Just stabbing his glove out there out of pure reflex. And the rare L1 for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Another interesting note. No Paul Panduro. No Jerson Morales tonight. Pios are thin once again in their bullpen, and they're going to need a save here. Unless the bats really bust open. Here's PK Walsh, who takes a slider at the dirt. Now, if I had to guess, maybe Bruxford or Nartker, I would assume it would be one of those two to try to go get the save. But we're still a long ways away from that. 1-0 to Walsh. There's a strike. Garvey took advantage of the 35-mile-an-hour winds out to right field. And Porch to grand slam out there into the right field corner. First pitch to Jeremiah. Ground ball to left side. Brown will flip to second the easy way. And that will end the threat, but the Pios get one more. It's 7-4, and at the end of 7 on the West Coast scoreboard, we'll be right back. It's Pios Baseball on KNEB. Top 8, Manny Tateno still in.
For beer, our beer sales will end at the end of the middle of this inning. Again,
He will face Brown, Gomez, and Lynham with a 2-run lead. So a chance for a hold for Manny Tateno. This is a save situation now. Actually, well, is it a hold? Because he created his own save situation. But I think that just because of the fact he went 2 innings, it would be a hold. I don't know. Baseball is really complicated. There's a strike. So I think the hold is one of the more unimportant stats. Just inside, and there's sabermetrics that, well, not really sabermetrics, but they're called for relievers blow-ups. I forgot the other one's called, but it's a blow-up and the opposite of a blow-up. And they're counting stats to grade relievers. Swing and a miss. But all Manny's looking for is 3 outs right here to set up what I would assume to be Panduro for a save in the 9th. A checker to the right side. Out of his stance is Weiser, and the throw to first. In time. A 2-3. Declan Weiser popping out of his stance and firing to first to retire Nolan Brown, who since the home run is 0 for 3.
Now batting third baseman from Omaha, Nebraska, number 12, Tristan Gomez.
Off the foot of Gomez, evens up the count 1-1. Warriors just won the championship. Steph's 4th ring. That's crazy. It's tied with LeBron. Oh, they won in 15, 17, 18, and 22. Wow. Pulled on the ground to the right side and foul. I mean, that's unbelievable. You talk about a team that was, the super team, best of all time. He left. And it was Steph, Clay, inside, and Wiggins and Poole. A complete turnaround for one of the best organizations in all of sports. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gomez. That is hit high in the air and foul, though. Tonight, Gomez 0 for 3. Pulled down the line and foul. Two balls, 2 strikes. Deuces for Manny Tatana with 1 away. No one on. The pitch is pulled and sent in the air to the infield. Playable for everyone who's going to get it. Wisner. Oh, he dropped it. But he has him hung out at second. The throw offline. Why is Declan Wisner making that play? I mean, Ullman, Zerfis, one of them has to get in there. So Wisner tried to underhand Grandmama that fly ball. It dropped at his feet. And then Gomez took a big turnaround first, was heading for second. Wisner, a good throw to second, beat him, but it was to the left of second base and into center field. Potentially 2 errors for Wisner on that one play. And the tying runner is on deck now. And a 1-0 count to Colin Lynham. So certainly an E2. Front door breaking ball misses. Potentially maybe a multi-inning save opportunity for Panduro in the cards. I don't think Tony's going to go to anyone other than Paulie. 2-0. Soft flare right center field. Hom out there. He makes the play behind in shallow right center.
Next prospect batter, first baseman from Hickman, Nebraska, number 34, Joel Benish.
See, that's the trouble with these things. You have to watch.
2 away. Runner on second. Gomez. Still no scoring for that. And he front doors a breaking ball in there for a strike. Benish was hit by a pitch and scored on the home run from DePrima. A strikeout and then a line out for him. Oh, 1. Grounded foul. Manny a pitch away from getting out of it. Another jam for him, what would surely be a hold. It will not be a hold. Well, actually, yes, it would. Swing and a miss doesn't matter. It is a hold. I'll explain why. Baseball's weird, but Manny Tatano gets out of it. And a swinging strikeout of Joel Benish. On the West Coast scoreboard, it's 7-4 in the middle of the 8th. We'll be right back. It's Pios Baseball on KNEB. It is still Joshua Kilzer in. So let's talk about this. A hold. It is actually not a hold for Tateno. To record a hold, he must enter within a save situation, so 3 runs or less, and maintains that lead while recording at least 1 out. Or he enters the game with a tying run on deck, at the plate, or on the bases, and records an out. Tateno entered the game in a 6-1 game with 2 runners on. So tying run was still in the dugout. It is not a hold for Manny Tateno, unfortunately. That sucks. But he does his job and holds the lead. Here's Enyart. Enyart, Zerf, and Wisner. That play from Wisner was just so weird last inning. I mean, the catcher should never be catching, trying to catch that ball. That's flicked out to second base. Coming in, Monroe. He dropped it. Oh, an E4. Monroe thought that was bound for right field. He took 3 steps. 1-0. Too far inside. Walsh tonight, a single, and then is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. It's an 8-4 game. He takes a strike. Cannot get over the height of that ball that Declan Wisner hit. You can just tell he's going to be one of my favorite players to watch this season. Walsh 2-1. Lines this one into center field. It's going to stay up there for Gatesman. He makes the catch. Tagging his Zerfus, but he'll go back. Gatesman's been busy out there.
Now batting for your Bios, the second baseman from Maloney Junior College, number 3.
Here's Stevie, 2 hits and a walk for him tonight. Bases are still loaded, 1 man out. And Kilzer deals. Grounded to third. Gomez has it. He'll tap third and fire to first. An inning-ending 5-3 double play. They load the bases, get 1 on the air. But it is 8-4. We'll see what Tony elects to do in the top of the 9th. 3 more outs to go for the Pios. Who's going to get him? We'll find out when we come back on KNEB. 2 away. Ohio's an out away. Upstairs, just misses. Paul's fastball looks as live as ever. We'll talk to Declan as long as Paulie comes in and gets one more out. Foul ball, strike away. Crowd just loves this guy. I mean, what can you say? On their feet. 1-2 to line him. The pitch from Paul is low. I think he's got 4 runs to work with. Or 3 runs to work with, I should say. Two away. The pitch from Panduro is swung on and missed. It's over. Ohio's win 8-4. 12-7 on the year. They move to 6-4 on the year. Give Griffin Allen the win. Panduro the save. And celebration begins. They take the first one and a big home victory for the Pioneers. We'll be right back on the He Runs a post-game show where we'll talk to Declan Weiser, the new Pio. Don't go anywhere. We've got the Runs a post-game show. Tons of coverage from all of us here at KNEB. Jake Circus saying we'll see you in a little bit from Morgan.